This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Monday, May 8th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. A bit of breaking news this afternoon. Pacers Sports and Entertainment plans to move its developmental league team, the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, to Noblesville. The city plans to build a $37 million, 3,400-seat arena as part of the deal, and the team will get a new nickname, though one has not yet been selected. Officials in St. Joseph County remain optimistic that a 656-acre site in New Carlisle will be chosen for the $3 billion electric vehicle battery cell plant proposed by GM and Samsung SDI in South Korea. South Bend Chamber CEO Jeff Ray said the county will amend tax incentives and a development agreement for a similar but now canceled project.
As GM and Samsung are coming to terms with a project that they want to do, we'll likely see some updates on numbers in terms of capital investment, jobs. What we haven't seen really are all the details behind that yet.
The previous project was expected to bring in about 1,600 jobs to the area. More details on the new project are expected at the end of the month. The University of St. Francis announced today that Dr. Lance Ritchie will serve as interim president. The Fort Wayne-based university said Ritchie has handled the day-to-day responsibilities of the president's office since Reverend Eric Zimmer last month announced plans to step down. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana, it's time to get revved up. Inside Indiana Business is going racing. We'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the month of May and take you inside the business of motorsports, from gasoline alley to high-tech race shops to small-town dirt tracks. We'll explore what fuels a billion-dollar industry in the state. Join the entire Inside Indiana Business team from the world's greatest race course for Business at the Brickyard, brought to you by Purdue University. It's checkered flag coverage you won't want to miss.
Officials with Kentucky-based Churchill Downs say construction crews are making progress on the $290 million Terre Haute Casino Resort. General Manager Mike Rich told our partners at WTWO-TV the company is still targeting an opening date near the end of the first quarter of 2024. He said the framing for the first 8 floors of the 10-story, 125-room hotel is complete.
They're moving the deck pieces along, and they continue to pour concrete every day on the main floor of the casino. We're at a point where by middle of June, we feel like we're going to be to where, the hotel is basically topped off, and we are going to start really working on the insides of the hotel and the casino.
Rich said that advertisements for a dealer school for the casino will begin showing up around mid-June, with the school beginning this fall. The casino will begin hiring for the majority of frontline jobs and supervisor roles in early 2024. New Jersey-based Catalent is delaying the release of its fiscal third-quarter earnings, which had previously been scheduled for tomorrow. Part of the reason for the delay, the company said, are certain potential non-cash adjustments related to its Bloomington operations. The contract development manufacturing organization that focuses on the biopharmaceutical industry did not specify what the issues at the Bloomington plant are, but said it will need more time to review the matter before filing its quarterly report on May 15th. The delay comes less than a month after Catalent said it expected productivity issues and higher than expected costs at 3 of its facilities, including Bloomington, would materially and adversely impact its quarterly results. The month of May is an opportunity to showcase the state's more than $1 billion motorsports industry. More than 350 motorsports-related companies call Indiana home, and recent investment from big-name companies such as Andretti Autosport, Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing, and McLaren total some $300 million in new facilities. Indianapolis Motor Speedway President Doug Bowles.
It's amazing, that kind of investment, but it really says a lot about this economy here. The Indiana is a place to have businesses that make sense, and obviously all the racing folks here. The Andretti Autosport thing, when that's done, is going to be super spectacular, and I think that'll be an economic driver as well, just people wanting to come in and visit that place. Yeah.
Bowles adds ticket sales for this year's Indianapolis 500 have outpaced last year's race. Indianapolis restaurateur Tom Battista is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.